Hello, I'm Leann Chivers, a guest presenter here on Create and Craft. I'm bringing some of these fantastic new to you videos to you where we explain about lots of the products that we sell to you on the Create and Craft channel. This little video is to explain to you why a blender pen is not a blender pen and is something entirely different under the guise of a different name. So blender pens, you will always, I think, maybe not always, but I think most of the time, find one in all of your alcohol pen ranges, and that you would be forgiven for thinking that a blender pen would help you blend lots of colours together. In fact, it is a corrector. So it removes colour, it will let you create some special effects, and it will correct mistakes. So I wanted to show you how the blender pen works and remove some of the frustration you might be having if you're trying to get the blender pen to help you blend lots of different colours. So to start, I'm going to show you what I mean about a corrector and a deleter. And to do that, I'm just going to fill one of my hearts here with a nice solid red colour. So I'm going to use the video that we had on creating a smooth blend. I'm going to repeat that and fill in this heart with a solid red colour. There we go. So that's a nice red colour now. And now I've got my blender pen. So we talked a little bit about alcohol pens being a solvent with a dye in there. Your blender is just the solvent without any colour at all. So it's a completely transparent and clear ink. That means that when we then apply it to something which is already being coloured, you can see that it deletes the colour. Now, it's not actually deleting it. I'll show you in a second exactly what it's doing, but it's pushing that colour through the layers of card. But you can see I can start to create here a lovely polka dot effect on this card if I wanted to, on this heart, I beg your pardon, by just applying topically the blender pen. And you can see it starts to push that through. If I go back several times, my colour will get whiter. I'm just going to pick this up and show you what's happening underneath. So underneath, it's actually pushing the colour through the card. This is where I saturated it, and we've got some underneath. But I'm going to move to a clean piece of white card so that I can really show you what's happening. So you can see here, this is clean. I'm going to pop down my image, and then I'm going to repeat that process again on an area where I haven't already used it. So I'm going to push my blender pen on top, creating that little polka dot effect, and when I lift up below, you'll see what's been happening. And in fact, the solvent, the clear solvent in this pen, is pushing the dye pigment through all of the layers in the card through to the bottom absorbent layer. So it's dispelling it, it's taking it out of the way. It's a little bit like oil on water. It resists it, it pushes it away, it gets rid of it. So you can see I can build up some special effects, and if I pick this up now, there are all of the dots. So it's pushing the red ink through the layers of the card and taking it away so that I can create some special effects here. That's good if you've made a mistake like I have here, where I've come out of the line, because what I can do is correct that now on my colouring by going to that line and pushing the ink through the layers of card. So I'm not deleting it, I'm pushing it through. And that's because you've got the pure solvent in this pen. And so that would correct my error for me. And then when that dries, when the blender pen evaporates, that will become lovely and clear, and you won't see where I came out of the line. So that's a blender pen. It doesn't blend two colours together, but it will correct and it will create special effects for you. However, what you can do is use it if you want a very soft coloured effect. So if I fill this heart here, I get a clean bit underneath with blender ink, and of course you can't see it because it's completely transparent, but if I get a good fill in there, or as good as I can, so that's wet my card for me with the clear solvent in there because it has no dye. And then I take a lighter colour of pen. Let's use this one. And so I want to do a little bit of light colour up here that then bleeds out into white. I can put my lighter colour on, and then with my blender I could drag that out into the light layer that I've put on there and soften it. So it will soften that colour and bring it into the lighter shade below. But what it won't do is blend it out into a nice smooth effect like we've seen on previous videos. You can see actually it is taking a lot of that colour away. So I would only recommend that you use your blender pen for really lightening a colour or for correcting mistakes and perhaps making some special effects. That's why a blender pen is not really a blender pen at all. It's a corrector.